what to expect in the future versions of ESET Remote Administrator Server. So first, let's take a look at what currently exists. So right now, the newest version of ESET Remote Administrator Server is version 6.5. And what it brought with it is full multi-tenancy. It also added installers management. So now you don't need to go and constantly rebuild and recreate the installers. Once you create the installer once, it's going to go ahead and be saved in your management server to be quickly downloaded. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, multi-tenancy allows you to segment the data or segment the management server. So that if you have a desktops group or a servers group, you can segment it. So your server's IT admins or your server IT person can only view information about servers and only manage the servers, where the desktop team can manage fully the desktops. Or some companies have multiple locations and multiple IT people at these locations. You can segment it by location as well, and you can customize the roles and the rights of each logged-in user. Version 6.5 also added the easy merging of policies to make it very, very quick. So if you have multiple policies, you can combine them together, and you can even combine things together like exclusions or device control rules as well. And then finally, easier MDM enrollment. And it's easier MDM enrollment for all of the iOS or Android devices that you also might want connecting into your ESET management server. On the endpoint side, we just recently released ESET Endpoint Antivirus and ESET Endpoint Security version 6.6. Version 6.6 is our first fully 64-bit engine, and it includes a 10x reduction in memory utilization. So typically, ESET's endpoint uses about 100 to 120 megabytes of RAM. Now we're seeing the endpoint using about 10 megabytes to 20 megabytes of RAM. So it's a great reduction in memory, and of course, it has a fully 64-bit engine now as well. So what's coming soon? So what's coming soon is ESET Remote Administrator Server in Q1 or Q2 will be getting a name change. And its name will be changed to ESET Security Management Center, which will help more people understand what the purpose of ESET Remote Administrator was. Of course, Remote Administrator Server didn't typically do a good job of explaining what its use was. So now it will help people understand that the Management Center will manage all of ESET security products. And so what are we seeing coming in this new version? So a few things. So we're going to see a full change in the replication protocol. And it's going to now support transparent HTTPS and also fully support network-wide wake-up of computers. It'll have even further and more robust troubleshooting support of ESET's agents, ESET's endpoints, and what might be going wrong in an environment. It'll also have native support for VDI, pooled environments, and image-based environments. It will include support for our new ESET Endpoint Detection Response System, Enterprise Inspector. It will also include a brand new solution, ESET Dynamic Threat Defense, which is cloud sandboxing. It will have an even more robust hardware inventory management center, and the notifications aspect of the ESET Management Center is completely revamped with a full editor of notifications. And so we'll take a look at this few screenshots that kind of show you what the management server will look like. So as you can see, it's a fully revamped management server to make it look a lot nicer, more inviting, and easier to navigate around with a much flatter design. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have all of our categories like normal, and in the center we have actionable dashboards just like we do today, just they're a little bit easier to approach. When you drill down into any sort of aspect about a computer, now you get even more information about the computer. We can view things like what processors in the computer, RAM, storage remaining on a device. We can also see information like the FQDN, the IP, any sort of users who've used the computer. If we drill down further into the computer, we can see even more device identifiable information about the system. All of the different RAM modules separated out, storage devices. So all of these items can be used with dynamic groups that we mentioned earlier. So you could have ESET automatically sort computers based off processor, based off manufacturer, model, RAM, whether it has a CD-ROM drive. You name it, any of the identifiable information in here, we can create dynamic groups based off of it and sort by it. Our reporting section also got completely revamped to be easier and to be faster to find what you want to find. We've included a search button at the top to quickly find the report that you might be looking for. Because ESET management servers come with 90 built-in reports, and we want you to be able to find the report that you might be looking for as fast as possible. Then, if you're adding any additional reports, you can be increasing the amount of reports in here. So once again, we want it to be as easy as possible for you to find that report that you might be looking for. Then, we've also revamped the status overview section. So this is kind of instructing you on steps that you should take within your management server. What needs to be done? Are the best practices being followed? So it will show you information about the logged in users that you have in the management server, the certificates that your agents are using for communication. It'll also show you information about how many computers are connecting into your management server and how many computers have you not yet installed ESET on. And then it will show you information about things that might be going wrong, tasks that aren't set up correctly, notifications that aren't set up correctly as well. And of course, we instruct you and provide you with help and resources on how to figure out how to fix all of these different components. Then finally, the notification section. The notification section is typically where we got all of our questions about in previous iterations of the management server. So now it's very simple. We give you at-a-glance view of information about what might be going wrong with the notification and whether it's enabled and disabled. All notifications can be, of course, drilled down into, and all notifications can be completely customized to your liking. As you can see now, in the content section of the notification editor, I can completely customize what information I want to be sent in these notifications. And these notifications can be sent via email, and they can be sent via syslog. So now, instead of having a very static notification sent from the management server, you can make sure it's as actionable as possible. So now, whenever you get those notifications, your IT team knows exactly what they need to do when those notifications come in. So, like I mentioned, the ESET Security Management Server is the new version of ESET Remote Administrator Server. It will have VDI support, troubleshooting support. It'll have a completely revamped notifications editor, new replication changes, a full hardware inventory to allow you to do more with ESET Remote Administrator Server, and you can expect it in the first half of next year. In addition, we also have ESET Cloud Administrator. So this is a management server that is fully hosted by ESET. Right now, ESET Cloud Administrator is targeted for companies of 250 endpoints and under. Early access is starting this November, and it's a little bit different than ESET Security Management Center. The UI is a little bit more customized to allow people easier ability to manage it, because companies of 250 seats and under might not be looking to do as many of the advanced things that someone who has more endpoints might be doing. So you can still do most everything. It's just things are put in different places to make it much easier for people to find the information that they want to find. So if you're interested in ESET Cloud Administrator and you fit that criteria of 250 seats and under, you can go to this website here and sign up for the ESET Cloud Administrator. Like I mentioned, right now in early access, we're looking at companies 250 seats and under, but we can, of course, expand that up to different endpoint sides as it goes on. With cloud, we're looking to launch this once again in the similar time frame of Q1, Q2. If you're outside of that seat size, feel free to sign up as well, because if we open up cloud's early access or cloud in general to seat sizes higher, you'll be notified and informed of that change. So definitely feel free to sign up, even if you're outside of that 250 seat size.